About this guitar, because I guess the thing with today is we're supposed to bring guitars that we made, and usually I play this when I'm doing these kinds of things. I like to play a Greg Bennett. I have an arch top that I play, and it's kind of like, but I thought, you know what, we'll bring the electric because I haven't finished an acoustic yet that's playable. It's like, you know, but this thing here, my first electric guitar, my grandmother, Dorothy, her nickname was Dottie, she helped me get it in Reading here. And I had saved like all my lunch money, and at the time minimum wage was $2.50, right? So I had a summer job at a local bar / strip joint, right? I didn't know it was a strip joint when I got the job there, but you can kind of see the pictures and stuff. And yeah, it was. And saved all my money from that summer, saved my lunch money from that school year, and I came up with about $200. So I wanted to get this. It was a Memphis guitars. Remember them? I think they were Korean, might have been Japanese. They weren't built very well, but they had a Les Paul Jr. copy at this place. So I go in there, and my grandmother's with me, and she used to be a bar owner in Reading from back in the day. And this person she dealt with was, you know, from old school. So we go in there, and we have these electric guitars. There was a black one and a white one, and I picked the white Memphis Les Paul Jr. copy. And he said he gave me the price, $250, right? I only had $200. So there's my grandmother. She pulls him in the back room, and she said, "Come on, all the business we've done all these years, you can't cut the kid a break." So he's sitting there thinking, and the guy was a guitar player, and he's playing the guitar, and he finally says, "All right, $200, but no case." And she pulls him aside again. "Come on, how do you expect a kid to take a guitar around without a case?" So I walked out of there that day. I think I spent $175, got this guitar in a case, and I walked down the street, down Court Street with my grandmother, and we went back to her apartment. I thought, that was really cool. So when I built this guitar, this one's called Dottie's Memphis J. It's kind of like my way of remembering my grandmother. It's not white. It was actually stained with elderberry wine. That my wife and I make wine, and elderberry is one of the main staples. So I actually stained it with elderberry wine. The wood itself is black walnut that grew in Exeter Township down by the Schuylkill River. I actually saw the stand of trees, and the gentleman that gave it to me, Robert Eibach, his name is, he used to use the black walnut for rifle stock. Well, he had these slabs that were sitting in his attic for about 30 years, drying out, and he had a knot running through them, so he couldn't use them for rifle stock, so he gave them to me. So what I did was I basically planed the wood off and storybooked them, and the back is maple from Lancaster County. That's the only thing. It wasn't thick enough that I could run strictly the black walnut from Berks County here. But the thing that's such a gas to me for this is that it's all wood from the area here, and so it kind of fits today, I guess. There's still some bugs in the guitar itself that'll be worked out. Not professional. I got into this out of necessity, I guess, building guitars, because stuff coming in from Korea that's supposed to be really good, it's not wired right or whatever, and you know, you don't know exactly what you're buying. At least when you build your own, you know what went into it, you know the mistakes, you know the weaknesses, you know the strong points. So that's the story of this thing. Labor of love. Now it's getting beat up in nightclubs. So, oh, this symbol here, it's actually supposed to be a sun. I really like tattoo art. Okay, I think tattoo art today is real energetic and really wild. So on my guitars, I try to include that kind of art. I'm not a tattoo artist or anything like that, and you know, I'm not as tattooed up as some of the folks you see walking around today, but the art I think is pretty energetic. This is supposed to be a blue sun, and it has streaks of silver and gold in, which you want to get into the philosophy of that is yin and yang, that sort of thing. And that's basically it. So, story of the guitar. So let's get back to some music here. Now that we change harps. And do a Rolling Stones tune. It's all over now. Well, baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry. She done me wrong. She hurt my eyes open. And that's no lie. Tables turning now. her turn to cry because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, she used to run around with every man in town, spend all my money, playing a half-ass games. She put me out, it was a pity how I cried. Tables turning now, her turn to cry because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, I used to wake the morning with my breakfast in bed. Now I got work, she'd ease my aching head. Now she's here and there with every man in town, still trying to take me for that same old clown. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because